Verse 4, it says, they have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
That's right, cut them off from being a nation. Continue.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
You tell a black guy now, you're an Israelite, huh? What? It's what? I'm African. My dad said the same thing. I'm African. And I said, all right, you circumcised on the 8th day. Why do you do that? He said, oh, it's tradition.
Yeah.
Leviticus 12:1. He said, oh, it's tradition.
Yeah.
I said, tradition from where? Where did you get it from? All right?
Yeah.
We got it from the Bible. See?
It says, verse 5, it says, for they have consulted together with one consent.
That's it. They're all against us, man.
They are confederate against thee.
That's right. They're perfectly joined together. Continue.
The tabernacles of Edom.
Oh, the tabernacles of Edom. Edom is the so-called white man today. Now, the white man is not... The white man, he calls himself a white man. All right? Because the word white means pure, virtuous. But we all know they're not pure, virtuous, man. Pedophilia, homosexuality, they molested our kids in slavery, lynching, burning, hanging, nigger, monkey.
What we don't understand.
Wait, hold on. She said that they don't exist. What about the black and white lynchings? Explain that.
Black and white lynches.
Yeah,
The
like when they used
lynchings.
to
The
lynch us.
lynchings. The photo cross. You know,
Hanging.
that post of?
Yeah.
Say that again.
Explain the black and white photographs of the crackers literally lynching black people.
But they're still doing that in
No,
No,
but
we're
that's
not.
not the point I'm trying to say.
he said-
What I'm trying to say is,
Yeah.
explain this if slavery never happened. Explain it.
Well,
Don't try and rationalize.
I'm not rationalising. I'm not
it's what it is.
rationalising.
These are actual photographs.
Yeah, I was.
So it happened. It happened. It happened.
What I'm gonna say to you now.
I know it hurts. It hurts. That's why you trying to shun it.
No, I'm not shunning it because it's my sister and my blood.
So, because this is not the first time I've heard this. I've heard this from another brother's mother.
No, I agree.
That's told me the same thing. So I'm saying, explain this if slavery never happened.
It's still going on. Slavery happens because the more.
So you're admitting it happened?
The more backslide and got greedy.
So you're
And
admitting.
these
So you're
people-
admitting.
One minute it
you're
didn't. One
admitting
minute it
that
didn't happen. The next thing happened.
It happened.
It happened, man.
It happened.
It happened.
It's still
Wait.
No, but you said it didn't happen. You said slavery.
These are not accurate drawings of Picasso.
No, it's not. It happened all over.
Hold on. Why do people take photographs? Because they want to remind you of the past.
That's it.
That's why you have a photo album to remind you of your past. So this is verification that slavery happened.
But she said it didn't happen. Make up your mind. Did it happen or didn't it happen? Which one?
You can't
What I'm
be
saying,
boldest. You can't
it's
be
a
boldest.
law. When it's said about slavery,
Yes.
slavery is already still going on today.
We know that.
right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that you said that we were all brought from Africa,
Yes.
Not all of us. Some of us were brought from Europe.
Europe.
That's one of the big, because we were Moors, right?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
we're called.
yeah.
We were ruling Europe from 193 AD up until the 1400s.
Yeah.
The turning point came in 1453. The Ottoman Turks, you know these Turkish people? You know the kebab guys?
1 minute.
They took us down, man. Yeah, the kebab guys.
Hello?
All right, but she's saying about slavery didn't happen, all that stuff.
Nah, it's a part of the shame, man. It's like a self-esteem thing. That's why they disregard
But
it.
she's a woman anyway, so you don't take them serious, isn't it? Yeah, she's a woman.
Let's read this
in our
one.
scriptures, man. I know because
Deuteronomy
Okay,
28
I'm
and
gonna walk
48.
up.
All right, 28
I'm
48,
gonna
yeah.
walk
Therefore,
up. And you'll be in the
shalt thou
I'm at
serve thine
petrol
enemies,
station waiting.
which the Lord shall send against thee
Enemies.
in hunger
Yeah.
and in thirst
I came
and
up
in
to the
nakedness
hotel
and in
I
want of
waited
all
there for
things.
you. I
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
And that's a part of the prophecy of us being in slavery. Are you telling me we didn't have yokes of iron upon our neck?
That's our women first,
This
man.
just,
They're simple, man.
you know what? We were in West Africa and Europe. He said, you know what? I don't want to be free. Let me just do pictures and put a yoke of iron on my neck.
Yeah, that movie, that film series, Underground, that's how it starts.
That's
The
how
guy
it
got
starts.
these big yokes of iron around their neck and everything else. I'm like, I didn't
Oh,
want to
okay.
watch it. I just came
So
out
what do you
randomly.
want me to do?
I saw the
Come back
title and I
and
pressed play.
come back and
And the way it
for
starts
you?
is, it just gets you into
All
it.
right then. So
Straight
you're
into
gonna
it,
be
man.
there.
Same with the new
All right
Roots.
then. I'm gonna walk
The new
up
version of
first,
Roots.
yeah?
Brothers
All right then,
and a
yeah.
few sisters that are into this. You got to watch it. Now let's read that scripture again. But this is a prophecy.
Well, I heard. Was it that youth that the young man
Sorry.
said?
We'll read it again.
Oh,
Read it
it's
again.
woman. Oh, I heard you mention the name woman.
No, he didn't say woman. He talks about a program that he's watching. He watched a program about the Underground Railroad. You know, what's her name? Harriet Tubman. You know Harriet Tubman?
Okay, yes,
Yeah, basically.
A
he was-
black woman.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
this is the prophecy about us being slaves, right?
Yeah.
Right, Deuteronomy 28
I wanted to show you
48.
some pictures, you know.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies,
There's that word again, enemies.
which the Lord shall send against thee in
Lord's-
hunger.
The Lord's sending against us because we're wicked. But some of what you said is true because we did get greedy, we did get arrogant, man.
And we're still bloody greedy.
And you know why I say we're arrogant? Because we conquered these crackers in 193 AD under the first black Roman emperor, Septimus Severus.
Yeah.
And they made some stupid film called Gladiator.
Yeah.
They changed the storyline a little bit.
They changed all of it.
They made Septimus Severus to Russell Crowe, man. Russell Crowe's an Australian white man.
Yeah.
You know?
It should be a black man.
So he's
Should be a
Irish.
black man.
He's Irish.
He's Irish, but he from Australia, isn't it?
They're brothers and sisters. Where
They are.
did they come from?
That's right.
England sent them from there to Australia back in the whatever.
And
Yeah,
that
the
was
criminals.
That was King George III.
Yeah.
And he was a black man, by the way. They won't tell you that.
Right, Deuteronomy 28 and 48.
Yep.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
So if you're hungry, you gotta go to your enemy, man. And they served us pork in slavery. When you watch 12 Years a Slave, you see them. Oh, Roots. You see Kunta Kinte.
And he knocked it off the plate.
Yeah, and he looked at it, he smelled it, and he went,
There you are.
and then he just knocked it off the plate because he knew it was pork.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you are.
What's this? Africa
We
World Order.
rule Russia.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
That's
You
it.
see?
That's true. She's right about that. And we were the last country they took us down from is Russia. Because in World War I, they had a black regiment, man. Because the Tsars, apostles say that they went back to our line. And I can
Pardon me?
believe that because they were protectors of
Yeah.
Christian orthodoxy.
Yeah.
Right?
The white,
Are you
and
gonna
Christianity, that was never the white man's thing. That came from Jake.
That's it.
That came from Jake. That's why they said they called us
Okay.
Christians first. We're in Antioch.
Antioch.
Talking about the Israelites. So that whole Christianity, whole belief in a redeemer, the sacrificial lamb
Yep.
that died for the sins of our nation,
So you
that
got
came
enough
from
people to
us.
know then,
That's
yeah?
it.
All right, and it got twisted by
Okay.
Constantine the Great. He started adding in some bullshit, and it became like a sun worshipping, Tammuz, Semiramis thing. All right, but that still came from Jake.
That came from
That still
Israel,
came from Jake, and during the time of
Yeah.
the fifth century, we was ruling Europe.
I know.
All right, we was ruling Europe because we already took down Esau from power and enslaved his ass and run a lot of them into the mountains, man.
Yeah.
Into the hills, okay. And so whenever you saw that converted Roman Catholicism in Europe, that was us. That was never Esau. Whenever you see this Christianity or paganistic Christianity being churches, the different Roman Catholic churches,
Yeah.
that was Jake. That was not Esau.
That was not Esau.
That was not Esau.
And that's why they call it, that's why they call that part from 193 AD up to 400 AD roughly.
Dark
They call
Ages.
it the Holy Roman
Oh,
Empire.
yeah.
Because when he took over the Roman Empire,
It was Jake that was about.
it was Jake's. It started with Septimius, then it was Basilius, and then it was his sons. He had a son, then Basilius Niger.
No, Batilius Niger was around the time of
Septimius.
He killed him.
They killed him.
Yeah, he killed him.
Oh, is it?
They were
Yeah.
having wars.
Yeah.
So there was three of them. There was Septimius, Severus, Basilius Niger, and another guy.
Albanus, I think, or something. Publicus Albanus,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
And they were friends. And they conspired because they were in the top rank, the Praetorian Guard.
Yeah.
And then they proceeded, they were in the Senate and everything. And they conspired and they took over. And then they split the kingdom into three. Septimius Severus, he ruled like a portion. And then overall, Septimius Severus, he won all the wars.
Yeah, it took a lot.
And he passed it on to his sons.
That's right.
So if you're talking about history, then you cannot really focus on that, the Bible.
You can,
have to
because it's
focus on the more.
Well, you can't.
Where we're coming from.
Yeah, Hosea 4:6.
That's Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Putin. And they had.
See in the picture in the background, right? He's got the black
Yeah, yeah.
Those are the saints, though. Those are the
They're
saints.
black.
Yeah, that was us.
So wait a minute. She said that she doesn't believe she's an Israelite. Well, what's all of this?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Why are the saints black?
Why?
Where did that come from?
It was the Moors Israelites?
Yes.
They're showing you right there. The Saint
Show it to
Saint
you,
Nicholas, Saint this, the apostles, the different apostles, different prophets,
Oh, you know that
all
one.
black because
Psalms
they
148
existed.
and 14. I'll show you.
They existed.
Yeah, we're going to show you.
It wasn't made up. It existed
Yeah.
before the Moors.
Yeah, we're going to show you. We're going to show you. Listen, because you feel you have a different
Outlook.
outlook and
Yeah,
stuff.
because she's Egyptian.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, but
Yeah.
you're being respectful, so we're going to show.
Yeah, yeah.
If it doesn't
Well,
register,
you're a grown man, I'm a grown woman, so
Yeah.
we need to be able to relate to each other
Communicate.
and explain our
Explain.
opinion.
That's it.
So we learn by that. I don't have to shout, you don't have to shout.
A lot of
That
our-
way you want that.
that's why I said thank you for being
Yeah,
respectful.
yeah.
A lot of our people don't do that. Now, through that period, like you saw Russia, they had a program with Putin
And they kill us off.
on. Well, they did kill all of us, but they had a program with Putin, and they showed his palace, and he showed all those pictures,
Yeah.
and it was
A lot of
Mary.
them they destroy.
Mary was black, Christ was black. Even the Vatican, they prayed to a black Madonna.
Yes,
Alright?
yes.
Now read that, and then all the time you had our people were put as the saints. Saints Maurice. What's that other guy that was?
Saint
quite famous?
Michael.
Saint Michael.
Saint
Saint
Vincent.
George.
Saint George.
This is us. Here is us.
Saint George. That's right. That's the Moorish flag.
There you are.
Because a lot of our people were pirates, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Blackbeard. Who was Blackbeard?
Black thing.
The Moors.
There you go. What's the word for Barbados?
Barbarian.
No.
Or bearded one.
Bearded ones.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Because Israelites were supposed to keep our beard. You got the scripture on getting a beard? All right, read that one. This is the saints, right?
Psalms 148 and 14.
Right.
Where are
It
we
says,
now? Where?
He also exalteth the horn of his people,
So this is God's people we're talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah.
the praise of all his saints,
Saints. Saint Maurice, Saint John. All right, see?
even of the children of Israel,
That's it.
a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord.
That's why we sang in slavery, oh, when the saints go marching in, I want to be in that number. All right? And that number is what? Revelation 7 and 4.
Look.
Okay?
Egypt, look. When I said we, why Egypt fell, cause and effect, how our identity can be discovered.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
But we-
are
Yeah, but
Egyptian.
No,
but
we're
talking
not.
about migration, right?
Please talk
Like
about
for-
the Hyksos.
Alright, for example, I'm in England right now, right? Now, if someone asks my nationality, I know that I'm an Israelite. I'm not gonna say to them, I'm English. If someone not in the truth, I'll say, well, whatever, I'm English, but I originally from Sierra Leone. Alright, read that one.
Right, so this is Exodus 11 and 7.
Alright, go on.
It says, but against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue
Reborn, reclaimed,
against man or beast, that you may know
Yep.
how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
There you go. Because in what's it? It's Sudan, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's where they are today.
The Dinkas.
Yeah, and they know when they come over here, Somalians and Egyptians and Sudanese, they don't mix with us
No.
because they know that we're different.
Yeah.
All right. So, but the saints are Israelites. In slavery, why did we sing about the River Jordan? Think about it. If we came from West Africa, slavery, they say we came from West Africa, right? Why did we sing songs in slavery about the River Jordan? You sang songs like Down by the River Jordan, what other ones? Saints Go Marching In. Why were they all biblical? Swing Low, Sweet Chariot,
By the rivers of
by the
Babylon.
rivers of Babylon. Think about it, if we came from West Africa, we should have been singing about the River Niger. The River Niger is the biggest river in West Africa. But we sang about our homeland.
Thing has
Right?
changed.
What has changed?
Just like Israel.
Jeremiah 17
Just like
and 4.
Israel, the slave master,
Yep.
they change it. Israel was there no Israel before.
No.
They change it to separate the people.
No.
They change
This is
India.
Jeremiah 17 and 4, and it says,
21:20. I'll show you. Wait.
You know what I'm saying?
I
and
know what
thou,
you're saying.
even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee,
See?
and I will cause thee to save thine enemies
Need some support from the police.
in the land which thou knowest not.
Alright.
For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
So the Lord said we would discontinue from our heritage. That's the reason why our people don't know who they are. And that discontinuation came in slavery and colonialism. They beat it out of us.
In the
Right, and that's why we cling to things like Egyptian, because they see the pyramids and they
Yeah.
say, look at that great Egyptian monument.
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying, that we are Egyptian.
No, we're
no,
not.
no. We migrated into
Okay, you-
Egypt.
We spent time in Egyptian as slaves. We built their monuments as slaves.
Yeah.
No, we did not build the monument as slaves. The
We did.
Moors built it. They
The Moors
Those
are
are Israelites.
Israelites.
She ain't gonna get it,
Moors are
man.
Israelites.
I don't think she's gonna get it out.
We'll read the scripture one more time.
What did they call themselves before they called themselves the Moors?
Yeah.
And you keep saying more. What does that mean?
black.
Exactly.
That's
What-
it.
What's black? What? Are we black?
Yes,
No, do you
I am
look
black.
at the colour of your skin.
What's wrong with my skin?
Is it black?
Look at your skin.
Is it black?
You're fair. Your
No, but
colour
is it
different
black?
to mine. Of course it's black.
I'm actually.
You're black.
Yeah,
Hold on, wait a minute.
Wow.
Wait a minute. So what colour is your skin?
my skin is black.
Really?
Of course it's really
no.
black.
Is it his colour? Look at his jacket. Put it against his jacket.
Listen, there is two colour in life, yeah?
What you
We
should
know
have
there's
said is your
black.
mind is black.
Wait.
My mind is not black.
worry,
All
don't
of me is black.
No, that's cool.
All of me is black.
We're waking
There's
up.
only two colours that, as we know, black and white. There's no other colour.
No,
No, that's what you've been
Hey,
brainwashed.
no.
That's what you've been
they've-
conditioned
That's
to
what
be.
your
Not-
enemies taught you, man.
So, okay,
Alright?
tell me
Read the
the
scripture
other
again.
colour then.
Read the
Go on, tell me.
Yeah, alright, the Chinese people, what colour are they, man?
No,
Manifest.
They're black.
There you go, the Lord's
no,
giving you
they are part of the master race.
What colour
They're
are the
masters. They're
Yeah,
goods.
well, me don't know about the Indian them.
You don't?
They know about the black man, right?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
peace.
know
What is
about
the
the
colours?
Yeah.
You've been trained to say that.
I have not been
What colour are the
trained.
Arabs?
I'm my own woman.
What
so
colour are the
I'm
Arabs?
not- I've got a
When I say that,
mind.
I don't mean the colour.
Fair enough.
I've got a mind. I've
But
got a
let me
mind.
say
So,
this, let me
just
say
like
this.
you saying what
Let me
you
say
think
this,
is
let me
true,
say this, let me say
and
this.
You, so
Let me-
you
let-
cannot say
let-
we agree to
Let me say this. Let me
disagree.
say
enough,
this.
fair enough.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
Because if you're black, that means the East Indians are black. Because they got melanin. There's some of them are darker than you.
Pakistanis, Indians. Some of them
I
are
don't
dark.
care.
The Aborigines are black. No, what I'm trying to say is, black is a very broad terminology. If you're talking about melanin,
Black woman.
you're not
I'm
black.
talking about black
Because you need
woman.
to learn your color scheme in terms
I
of
don't need to learn my colour
primary
scheme.
school again.
Why I say
Like you're brown.
Me,
Color
I'm
of you
not
is
no-
brown.
I'm brown. I am a black woman.
Yeah, but black is a
No.
color.
Are you,
It's a colour.
what country in the West Indies are you from?
It doesn't matter where I'm from.
No, I'm from West Indies. What part of
So
West
you were
Indies?
It
trained.
doesn't matter.
You were trained.
I think it's Jamaica.
Why Jamaica?
Who
gonna come?
told you you was
African.
black?
No, you come from
I'm
Jamaica,
African.
innit? Because
Who
when
told you? Who told you was black?
Nobody have to tell me. Who tell you
You're-
you're brown?
Yeah,
Look at his skin, it's brown.
Hold on. Let's look this up.
The eyes, my eyes told me.
No,
You're-
yeah, I'm a black woman.
Alright, let's
I
got a
don't
definition
care.
of the word
This is just a
nigger.
colour.
Okay.
Alright, let's see the word. Let's see what the word nigger
This
means.
is their terminology of nigger.
Alright, don't
Black
worry.
nigger as a
You know, we
black
try and drum it in there, but you ain't
Let
gonna
me show you.
happen.
Let me show you. Right?
Sorry, sir.
You know what it is? I think she's getting
Oh, yeah?
it. This is being hard-headed.
What did you say? What did you say? Go on. No, say what
that,
you're
yeah?
gonna say. What did you say?
I said you're being hard-headed, but you're
No, I'm
seeing
not.
it.
Why
alright,
should
leave
I
it.
be hard at it? I'm
alright.
just giving my own opinion.
Fair enough, fair
Just like you.
Alright, let me just bring this out. Go on.
Right, so meaning black.
If I was a white woman standing here,
If you was a white woman standing there, we'll
would
tell
you
you.
be telling me
we
I'm
will tell
hard-headed? Why black men always think black woman is hard-headed?
Because they are. Because they are.
Bollocks.
Because they are.
You're not submissive.
Why should I be submissive?
Because that's your duty.
That's
Why
feminine.
should I be?
Alright, one at a time, man. One at a time.
I shouldn't be submissive
feminine
to
that turns the
nobody.
man on.
Alright.
Nobody.
Let's just bring this out, alright?
Yeah, alright.
And what is this about?
It's about black, right?
Alright.
Meaning fierce, terrible.
Raise your voice a bit.
Right, black meaning fierce,
Yep.
terrible, wicked.
Yep.
Also,
She had to turn her back on that one, innit?
figurative
I don't even
senses
believe it.
often come from the notion of without light,
Do not believe
light.
it.
spiritual.
Do not believe it.
Also, it says gloomy,
Rubbish.
Gloomy,
unlucky,
unlucky,
bad,
wicked,
malicious.
malicious.
There you go.
That's what black means. But that's what black means.
Necromancy, black magic,
Yep.
black dog, melancholy, all sorts of negative.
Yeah, neck
connotations.
connotations.
Load of
Right.
bollocks.
Now
That's why
read
they
that
say you're
one.
black.
Load of
You're black.
bollocks. I am
You're
glad I'm black.
Alright, alright.
I am glad I'm black. It's nothing negative. Who
Alright.
wrote it?
Wait,
It's like Deuteronomy 28.
Wait, we're just trying to show you something. Wait.
And
Go on.
37, and it says, and thou shalt become an astonishment,
Yep.
a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
So the Lord said we're going to be called bywords. Nigger, black, Moor, barbarian. Because when we were the Moors, we took the Romans down. No. When we were the Moors, known as Moors, we took the Romans down, and the Romans used to call us barbarians, man. Do you know Hannibal Barca? He was in North Africa. He's an Israelite.
Carthage.
Yeah, and Carthage. When you watch Gladiator, they start celebrating the great victory at Carthage.
Are you out here every Saturday?
We every Saturday.
Oh yeah, I'll have to come back and see you.
All
guys.
right, no worries.
See you, thank you.
All right, no worries.
Okay.
No worries.
It's like
Just keep walking, all right, next time.
America, they used to call them white savages.
You're not gonna get
Yeah,
it.
they used to call North American Indians. They used to call them savages.
The ones
man.
that are fighting back call them savages and whatnot,
Yeah.
all that kind of stupid ass words.
Yeah, but you saw an example. Get Hosea 4 and 6. You saw an example of our people that are lost, and that's
a
what this
woman, man,
Black
yeah.
Panther film is doing. Is helping the 2/3 reclaim their blackness. But we read what black means, man. Black means a void of light, negative.
Evil.
It's a byword, man.
Yeah.
And she was a perfect. Get Hosea 7 and 10. I mean Micah 7 and 10. She was an example of a black woman. They're not with us.
And I say this, even at work, and that's why I know she's Jamaican, because they got this thing about black. I'm black. I said to the chap at work, I said to him, what colour are you? He said, I'm a black man. Me a black man. And I said, brown. You're brown. He said, me a black man. Me a black man. I said, oh, they got this thing about black.
It's that saying, it's like, you know, when they go back to saying, I'm black and I'm proud. So they,
Yeah, so they black power.
Yeah.
to keep us in that state of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that state of mind. Those are all bywords that your enemy wants you to say. So the enemy's got her, man, already.
Well, she's a woman anyway,
She's a
innit?
woman anyway.
Yeah.
And she's a woman that doesn't even believe in slavery, which is just crazy.
Yeah, I know.
No, but we got her though. That's what I'm saying. She's hard-headed, but you can work on her because sometimes they're not gonna automatically get it.
Yeah, that's right.
So sometimes it takes time. Sometimes that's why when she said, "Oh, slavery never happened. It's just in your mind or whatever," and I told her to explain the photographs.
Yeah.
And I told her that photographs remind you.
Struggled then,
didn't
innit?
And that's what got her.
Yeah, she struggled.
And then we showed her about the saints.
Yeah.
We said if we're not Israelites, the Moors had the pictures of the Saint George and everything like that. So obviously, it being an Israelite was a part of our heritage. We knew that's what we were.
That's right.
Okay, somewhere in the line of our history. The Moors understood that. That's why they had all them pictures of the saints.
That's it.
Because they knew that we were the apostles, we were the prophets. They understood that perfectly.
That's right.
Because they did the artwork of it. All right, so
Yeah.
she can never say, "Oh, we're not the Israel," because the artwork is there.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the artwork back then, you didn't have photographs.
Yeah.
You didn't have camera equipment to take a picture of us in Jerusalem and
Yeah.
everything like that. So what did our people do? We did drawings.
Icons.
Yeah.
So we did that to replace the photographs.
That's right, man.
Exactly. If we had camera equipment, we would have took pictures, but we didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't have that.
Right.
That's right. It's one of the Middle Ages when they fucking had candles and no electricity, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you know what? The Lord said I'll choose their delusions, man. Her delusion, she's a black woman, so let her be black,
No,
man.
she's an Egyptian. She's a
Let
black
her-
woman,
yeah,
Egyptian.
Let her be void of light, man. Got that, Hosea?
So Hosea 4 and 6, and it says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge.
And she's destroyed because number one, she's an Israelite. She doesn't know. She doesn't accept it. And number two, she's into that Egypt crap. Continue.
It says, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
That's it.
And thou should be no priest to me.
Yep.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power,
Yep.
I will also forget thy children.
That's why you niggas are getting gunned down by the white man's police force. Because you've forgotten the Lord, really. Like they honor him with their lips, but their heart is far from him, man. And she's another example, but who knows, innit? Like you said, sometimes it doesn't register now. My friend told me I was Israelites. He didn't register with me straight away. It seemed like he was a nigger, man. I wanted to kill that nigger, man. I said, no, I'm African, man. I said, yeah. Fuck me, man. I'm Mandingo, man. Yeah, because I was, what's it called? Roots came on True Movies, Roots Part 1, man. It said, and it was about the Mandingos. And it started out, they got training the warriors and they had to get circumcised.
Yeah.
And that's how you know this devil is crafty, because in Sierra Leone, in Gambia, we circumcised
the bag. Put the bag on
And
the
basically, then they said, oh, we have to. You guys have to get circumcised. So Esau puts a lot of truth in the films, but he puts a lot of lies. But
They got to pick the bones out.
You got to
innit?
pick the bones out of it, man. That's why.
And if
Yeah, just put yeah. Just
All you
That'll stop
Israelites
it
that
from
are
expanding
cussing
anyway.
the apostles, man, they research thoroughly.
No, it was. So when
They
it blows,
research
it'll-
thoroughly, man. Their history, everything, total research, and they do it, and then they give out the information. That's why we said, 2 weeks ago, you don't have to reinvent the wheel when you're coming out here, man.
Yeah.
They've set the bar, they've set the standards. You do what they do, man. If you got a new doctrine that you think you want to bring out, you take it to them first. All right? Do you get what I mean?
And if you think you have a new doctrine, just rebuke that stuff, man, because sometimes that's just demons coming on you.
Yeah.
Because you think yourself like, for example, we've been here a year and a half now, man. Now they think they're the ones that are figuring the things out, man.
Yeah. And believe me, believe me, we've had examples of that, man, where someone starts to get puffed up. All right?
That's like them Chicago guys.
Oh, Chicago, tried and refined.
Yeah.
Okay.
Babylon.
Yeah, I will.
Babylon is
I got that spiritual power.
Is that what they said?
Babylon is not the Vatican.
I ain't seen that, but again, the apostles, the Lord said, I'll give you, get that, Jeremiah 3 and 15, man. See, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just got to be consistent, and you got to be diligent, and you got to be patient, man. All right?
Jeremiah 3.
Yeah, Jeremiah 3 and 15. The Lord said He was going to give us teachers, man. Could you imagine if she was our teacher?
Wow.
That black woman, even in a normal school, man.
That's why we're destroyed, because remember, Esau's made the women rule over us, man.
Yeah.
So that's why.
She's preaching to you Esau's bullshit.
That Egyptian
You got that
garbage.
Jeremiah 3. And get
She doesn't believe in slavery. I can't believe that. That's the first I heard
That's
that
it,
before.
I read that one.
It says Jeremiah 3 and 15, and says, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart,
Oh,
who
here
shall
we come,
feed you
another thing.
with knowledge and understanding.
There you go, man. So he said, I'll give you pastors according to your heart that will give you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's the apostles, man. If it's not the apostles, who else is it? I'll read that one. Salawat.
He needs to be destroyed, man.
I get Jeremiah 31 and
Trapped under a bus.
yeah, 17. Which one is the one about the woman? Jeremiah what? 31 and
31 and on.
pass a man.
What's that?
Strange thing will happen in the earth, a woman shall pass the man. Jeremiah 31 and
I'll do it.
I think it's 31 and 12. Is it?
I'll go.
Okay. What one did I ask you to get? Oh, Jeremiah. Alright, read it, Jeremiah. Read it, Jeremiah one again. 3 and 15.
It's the Jeremiah 3 and 15, and it says, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
There you go, man. So you don't have to worry about that. That prophecy's been fulfilled. We have Apostle, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Arimla, Apostle Rakar, and the other elders on down, man. That prophecy has been fully
Jeremiah
fulfilled.
31:22.
That's it, 31:22. Now, that woman, she was polite. That's why but that's how bad our community is. You can't even converse without throwing shots at each other, being wicked, man. Okay? But basically, the Lord, to punish us, has put our women over us and against us. That woman?
Right, this is Micah 7 and 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets.
And she's a good example of that, man. When all hell breaks loose, unless the Lord opens her mind to receive the truth, she's gonna be trodden down. And all that way she was talking, notice she was doing this. All that's gonna be gone, man.
But she said she didn't even believe in the Bible.
There you go.
No, it's because she.
Mad.
Job 39 and 17. Because Yahweh hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding.
She's obsessed with the word black and Egypt. So the Lord didn't give her what? Understanding, man. Because she's a woman. And because of the curses, a lot of these women ain't got men. So a lot of these women, they're going to get put to death, man. And the Lord has done it for a good reason, man. Because a lot of our women, when they were in Israel, they were wicked as well, man. Like, what's her name? Jezebel, innit? Jezebel. She was
wicked.
and that's how
as
you
all
know we're
hell.
Israelites, because in school, every time we used to see a hoe, we used to call her Jezzy. Yeah, go on.
It's 1 Timothy 2 and 11. It says, "Let the women learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, not to usurp authority over the man,
And that's what
but
she
to
was
be
doing.
in silence."
And she weren't silent, and she was trying to teach us. And that's what we get every week, man. So all you guys that watch it and think, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that, fair enough. We don't mind you giving us tips and tricks. But if you're so passionate about this truth, come out and do it yourself. Learn the word, start a camp, and come out and do it, man. Because the worst thing is to know and not to do, man. That's the worst.
Yeah.
John 15 and 22. The ones of you that know and don't do nothing, you're gonna get it, man. You're really gonna get it. But the Lord said, you know, this guy's a wicked nigga. I'm gonna let him know the truth, but I'm gonna pluck him, and then I'll be able to destroy him, man. Okay? Yeah, 33 and 29. Because this man has lied about everything, man. That's his job. He's a liar.
Deuteronomy 33 and 29. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency. And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places.
That's what we're gonna do. With what? Spiritual power, man. Lord willing, we're of that number, because this man has lied so much. Some people actually think they're from Kemet, man. I'm from Kemet, or I'm an Ethiopian. You know.
Say the irony of it is that they're talking about being the enemy, man. The people that had us under subjection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they want to be them people, man.
They want to be a Hamite, man. Now, hey, look at the Hamites now, man. The Hamites are, well, in South Africa. What's happening in South Africa? You can explain.
They didn't turn out.
See that movie Black Panther, yeah?
Yeah.
They had Israelites mixed with Hamites.
Yeah.
But they were
Plate in the lip. You see them plate in the lip
but
and all
they were pushing
that.
a lot of that Hermetic vibration.
Yeah.
As soon as you know, like when they showed the guy going into that sphere or whatever, and then there was this beautiful city. I thought of the kingdom, man. I'm like, you know, they should have pushed Israel and the kingdom at that point, man. You know that Hermetic stuff, man.
Yeah.
But they want to keep us confused,
But they
innit?
want to keep our people confused, you know. But the elect is going to get, you know, the Lord is going to open the minds of the elect to see the truth, you know.
Yeah, because a lot of Jack, what they were doing is they were dressing up in these Hermetic attires, but really it's our attires.
Yeah.
But we created those outfits in that Hermetic vibration in Africa and what is, yeah?
Yeah.
But that's why they're all dressing up in those, what you call them? What you call those outfits?
Dashiki, is it?
Dashikis and all that stuff, and doing all that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that was the new thing now among Jack. That's the new thing among Jack.
Yeah.
It's like
That's how they put the Egyptian there, innit? They put them in the tomb like that, innit?
Yeah.
Madness, man. Get what's it called? I was gonna get some. I was gonna ask for something. Oh, Numbers 15 and 38. Because you know what? I get Luke 21:20 because we migrated, man. I mean, people like, you know, when they say, oh, I believe Jesus was black because he was from Israel. How could he be from Israel and be white? Well, hang on. Who's in Israel right now, man? A bunch of gutter rats, man. What's they called? The Amalekites. They're white, but they're in Israel. It's something called migration, man. But that's how badly this man has tricked everyone. He's got a lot of devices: TV, radio, academia, university.
Books.
You know, books.
Rewritten books, yeah.
Rewritten books. A lot of lies out there, man. Okay. Even artwork. Yeah. Renaissance art. What did I tell you to get again?
Number something.
Yeah, Now read this one first.
Right, this is Luke chapter 21,
Numbers what?
verse 20.
And that was from Yahweh
What did
Shai.
you have to get numbers what?
Huh? No, I've got it. It's got it. Numbers 15 and 38. Alright?
Right, Luke 21 and 20, and it says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
Is that in red, yeah?
That's cool.
Yeah. Continue.